morning, everyone, and welcome to the 1998 Bell South Winterfest Boat Parade presented by Nokia. I'm Lynn Martinez.
And I'm Belkis Nure. We're coming at you from the Doubletree Guest Suites Hotel in Fort Lauderdale.
It's a gorgeous night. In keeping with tradition, Comcast Communications is proud to bring you this live broadcast of the 1998 Bell South Winterfest Boat Parade. What you're looking at right now are some really spectacular light shows presented actually by the people who live in that wonderful apartment building. And what you're listening to right now is the fireworks showboat. Let's listen in as we watch. It's, of course, the Coast Guard, which is traditionally the first boat to lead the pack there. It is decked out this year, no doubt about it. And the fireworks boat behind it, I think, has even more fireworks.
Wow. Talk about getting this party started right. Radio Shack outdid themselves this year. The fireworks showboat is sponsored by Radio Shack, and they put on quite the fireworks display. The crowd back here are really, really liking that one.
They're not done. They got a few more to go.
Holy cow.
It's not the 4th of July, but it is certainly a boat parade in South Florida. There you see the U.S. Coast Guard, as we were telling you earlier, leading the pack, making sure all of our vessels and crew members are safe on this lovely evening.
The Coast Guard always kicks things off for us. This is an 82-foot patrol boat there. The boat theme, Christmas in the Coast Guard. Happy to have them.
We definitely need the Coast Guard with all those fireworks. We actually are lucky enough to be right on the water bringing you this broadcast. So we can smell and hear the fireworks almost as good as everybody on that boat.
Boy, cannot get over the fireworks this year. There was really lots of boom on that boat, huh?
Lots of boom and practicing safety in the water. Christmas in the Coast Guard is the boat theme this year.
Everybody always loves that fireworks boat, though. You can see all the kids behind us just cheering, throwing their arms up, and really loving that fireworks display. And right now, who is this? The Kathleen W. This is the Grand Marshal Showboat, which is sponsored by Rockin' Sockin' radio station Power 96.
You know, we've got a special person on board this boat. We have got a hot celebrity. Ann Jillian is on board that boat. There she is.
There she is. Hey, she's telling the crowd Merry Christmas.
Is everybody happy? I'll let you listen in if you can. Hi, Ann.
Hi, Ann. Bye, Ann.
That's a beautiful boat.
Wow, it sure is.
142-foot luxury mega yacht. Nothing but the best.
Merry Christmas! Bye-bye, Lynn. Bye, Bobby.
Bye.
Bye, Ann. She went right past us.
Pretty lighting. This design you're looking at now was produced apparently by Emmy Productions. It's a prototype showcasing new uses for fiber optic lighting.
It's a high-tech boat. The boat theme, Fairy Tales in Paradise. And it is sponsored by Power 96. That was the Kathleen W. with our Grand Marshal and Jillian on board. And boy, that was some yacht. Whew, wow.
What we're looking at right now, I believe, is the Queen Mary. And their theme this year is Winterfest. Actually, it's an official showboat by Cunard Lines. It's a 150-foot passenger charter yacht.
Believe it, the yacht was actually built to resemble the Cunard Lines Queen Mary.
I think it's done with a really loud horn.
It's a replica of the Queen Mary, which was retired from service and transformed into a hotel and museum. And it is permanently berthed in Long Beach, California. It has been there for several years now. This is a replica of the Queen Mary. It's the official Winterfest showboat with a very loud horn.
A very loud horn to drown out even Lynn and Belky's.
Didn't think it was possible, did you? We did.
Turning all around, showcasing all sides of this gorgeous vessel. It's doing a complete 360.
800,000 people expected to attend the parade this year, lining up all and down the shoreline.
I think that's a message. Titanic. Of course, a hugely popular movie this year.
I get the feeling we're going to be seeing a couple more of those during this year's parade.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing to have on the side of the boat.
Do you think Leonardo DiCaprio is going to be on any of them?
I think he'd be up front with us if he was.
Yeah, and we'd be mobbed, or girls would be jumping into the water trying to get a piece of him, I'm sure.
And there she goes.
Bye, Queen Mary.
If you look behind there, look at all of the Christmas trees. I know every year there are a lot of Christmas trees, but it seems like this year there are more lights and more people hanging out of the windows than normal here in Fort Lauderdale.
That apartment complex right on the other side of the water here from the DoubleTree.
You just hang tight.
Hotel.
I think we have Frosty the Snowman here.
Right.
I heard the crowd roaring behind us. Look at Frosty there. It's a little windy, but he's holding on to what he's got. This is the Stardust.
This is a private boat owned by Dale and Debbie Dacus. It's a 38-foot Bertram Sportfish, and the boat is named after the song Stardust. And that is an 18-foot inflatable Frosty that you're looking at that up there. And boy, I'd hate to be the person who has to blow that thing up.
Well, we could probably help.
They started blowing it up probably like at the end of last year's Winterfest. They start blowing it up so it'll be ready for this year. And you can hear the Frosty theme. All right.
There's Rudolph leading the pack. Frosty's kind of doing the Frosty dance, leaning all over the place.
We'd sing along, but we don't want you to turn the TV off.
Well, that doesn't stop you normally.
Boy, that's a big
Frosty clears the bridge. That's good. And look at the two, probably Mrs. Snowman in the back, or maybe they're his sisters.
Perhaps.
I think this is the first year for that big, huge Frosty.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that last year, and I would have remembered a Frosty that size.
Probably would have. Certainly gets us in the mood for winter without having to
shovel snow.
Freeze our buns off. That's right. And we have another boat right behind Frosty. This one decked out in lights. This is Tar Baby, and their theme is AIDS awareness, and that's why you're looking at that red ribbon there.
Ribbons.
It's a 40-foot mainship Nantucket model, double cabin.
7,000 miniature lights on that big ribbon you see there.
7,000. You think you have a lot on your Christmas
on
tree.
The tree. Yeah.
And dolphins on the side there.
The owners of this boat, Albert J. Chevis, who is the owner of King Coat Asphalt, hence the name of the boat. They own the asphalt company, so they call the boat Tar Baby. Makes sense. wow.
Music and sound is very important in this boat parade, getting the crowd in the mood, and they've certainly got some loudspeakers.
Call me crazy, but it seems like so far people this year are really outdoing themselves with all this music and speakers, and that was Tar Baby.
Company there, Pavarello.
Pavarello.
We've got another pretty loud boat right behind it. You're looking at the Carousel. Bell South Mobility and Nokia's showboat. So this is a good one. The Stars of the Sea is the theme, and it's a pretty big boat. It's a 135-foot yacht there.
Wow, with some pretty important people on board. We've got some of our very own Florida Marlins players on board. Craig Counsell, Mark Kotze, and one of our favorite guys, Billy the Marlin, is on board. Boy, that Billy the Marlin, he does not miss a good party ever.
No, he doesn't.
25,000 lights, 14 oversized starfish, and hundreds of small stars adorn this one. Ho! Ho! Ho!
I didn't see Billy. Where is he? Have you seen him?
He's probably inside.
Oh,
going,
there's
ho!
Billy.
There he is.
Billy's in the back, trying to weasel his way in with his fin. Billy the Starfish Marlin. Of course, he's with the Florida Marlins.
He never misses a good party, that guy.
Incredible starfish decorated all over on the side of the boat.
25,000 lights. Wonder who had to unravel those.
Count them. They're certainly pumped. They're excited.
What's not to love?
This is the Sundream right behind it. This is Underwater Theater of the Sea, which is actually very similar to the same thing as the Winterfest theme, which is Holiday Theater of the Sea. Again, this is Cayman Islands, Cayman Airways, Sun Sentinel Children's Fund commercial boat. 137-foot custom motor yacht. Oh, how cute.
I love the story behind the name.
It's the Cayman guy.
The name, hey, the turtle. The name of the boat is Sundream, and it says a history behind the boat name. Well, it was just dreamed up under the sun, and there's a name, Sundream. It was decorated by Dale Madison, this boat. Theater searchlights, light the night sky. As tropical fish visit the matinee. Sir Turtle is his name, the turtle.
Sir.
Turtle. And
He's a knight.
He's the
Knight turtle.
mascot for Cayman Airways, if I'm not mistaken, and Cayman Islands. The music on board this boat here is a band called CMX5, and they actually came from the Cayman Islands.
Oh, because you're so smart.
So they, Sundream. They spared no expense for this one. Lots of calypso music coming from there. All right, hear those steel drums.
There we have Windward's Isis 2. We just call it the Isis 2. Why do you think we like this boat so much?
We like it a lot. We happen to be very attached to this boat. Not that it belongs to us, but it's actually the Channel 7 boat.
Wonders of the Sea is our theme this year. It's a 131-foot motor vessel, and this is the Princess of the Windridge Fleet.
On board, some of the people we like the most. Rick Sanchez, Laurie Jennings, Jeff Begaze, and Bill Kamal are on board. How come we never get to go on the boat? What do you say?
Why, they never let us. There's Rick, and there's Laurie, and there's Bill in the back, Tan Man, and there's Jeff.
Everybody's up there. Hey, everybody.
He's looking for us, I can tell.
I know.
By the way, this is the 16th year. They do that on purpose. The 16th year SVN has been involved in the Winterfest Boat Parade.
Hi, guys. They see us. They saw us.
She's talking to us.
Bye. She's saying, why aren't you here with us? That's great. That's a good-looking boat.
Yeah. Tropical fish and coral designs.
Created by Dale Madison. And this one comes to us courtesy of Windridge Yacht Charters. And you were saying, Lynn, before they interrupted you with the horn,
I don't know.
this was the 16th year that we've
yes.
been a part of this. 16th year that WSVN has been involved in the Winterfest Boat Parade and keeps getting bigger and better every year.
We really love doing it. Really, it's definitely now a tradition. I can't imagine not doing the Winterfest Boat Parade. All right, right now, behind the Channel 7 boat, this is a Mon Amour.
Oh, you've been practicing your French, haven't you?
That's pretty much all I know. The company name is Spectrum Marketing, and their theme this year is Electric Cloud. It's sort of a cloud floating over the water there. A 70-foot motor yacht.
The boat owners, George Schmidt, Ms. Tony Scriver, and Crystal Yacht Charters. And this was just tons and tons of small white lights all over this guy here. Or is it a she? Mon Amour.
My love. It's probably a woman.
You think?
I don't know.
Wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful boat. 70-foot motor yacht.
Yeah, it's not tiny.
What do you think? It sleeps 2, 4, 6?
Your family. Well, I don't know about that.
I doubt it.
Maybe mine.
That looks great.
Notice all the lighting up and down the coastal waterway.
Yes, that is brought to us courtesy of Martin Professional Lighting Company in Hollywood that was nice enough to donate the lights along the dock and the logos on the bridge pillars. It just makes things look beautiful out here at the
Jingle
DoubleTree.
bells. Lots of jingle bells in the IMS, and that is their theme this year. Institute of Marine Science is the company that is now participating in this. It's a nonprofit group.
41-foot Hatteras motor yacht. Looks like a lot of young people on board. It was actually decorated by kids from underprivileged and challenged youth organizations that the Institute for Marine Science supports. Good for them. More than 6,000 lights formed in the shape of Christmas bells on that one. Boy, nice job by those kids.
Very nice. Coming to us out of the dark, I believe, is the Carrie B.
110-foot yacht. This is a privately owned boat. Nice little private party going on, perhaps.
Just the whole neighborhood.
Yeah. You got to imagine when, I imagine if you own a big boat and your friends and neighbors know you do Winterfest every year, you probably get phone calls and people coming out of the woodwork wanting to help, wanting to come party.
Oh, look at the little penguin there in front. Well, you know,
Even penguins want to be on board and a part of this.
you'd have to wash my car to get on the boat.
This is the Carrie B. Everybody goes by and yells at us.
Nice thing so far.
Yes. We want to remind Comcast Communications subscribers that we're going to re-air the parade for their West Broward customers on Sundays, December 20th and 27th at 11:30 in the morning, Mondays, December 21st and 28th at 8:30 in the evening, and Thursday, December 24th at 9 p.m. So if boats are your thing, tune in. You can catch it, let's see, 5 more times between now and the end of the year.
This is the Kauhani. Aloha on the water. Canoe, outrigger. 39-foot Malia class Hawaiian outrigger canoe. And look at them go.
Check it out. 2 paddlers from Tahiti, 1 from Hawaii, and 1 from California, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. They came out from all over. And Kauhani means spirit in Hawaiian. But you already knew that.
I already knew that. It's a club, and they say they're open to all ages. They race other clubs up and down the East Coast, and they definitely get a workout. Our first outrigger canoe this year.
All right. Boy, that looks like a lot of work.
Yeah, and they just started.
I imagine they're all very strong in the upper body region.
They'd look good in our dresses. We've got a loud one right behind you. The Wahoo. It's a private boat. Christmas bells.
Special thing happening on board this boat, number 12. Today being December 12th. There's a very special event taking place. Congratulations
There
to
they are.
Pamela Golden and Jack Henniger. They got married on board their boat, the Wahoo. Our congratulations go out to them.
They got married on that boat today.
Yep, right now, I'm guessing.
And they're in a boat parade. How many people can say that? Just married. Not taken off in a car, taken off in a boat. Okay, we've got a couple of things going on here. This is the Offshore Lady and Towboat US 3. Offshore marine towing sponsored by Norwest Mortgage Company. Commercial.
The boat theme, the night before Christmas. The offshore lady is a 36-foot tiara.
We like that.
And the towboat is a 31-footer. The towboat is in front of the offshore lady, would be my guess.
I think you're right.
Call me a genius. Go ahead.
The crew of the offshore towing decorated these boats, we understand, and they have 12 reindeer that ride on the towboat. US-3 as it tows Santa Claus, his sleigh, and big old bag of junk to deliver to kids, and a 7-foot Christmas tree on the offshore lady.
The offshore lady is a flagship of the offshore marine towing fleet. Oh, look at that. It looks like it's suspended in midair, that sleigh. And this one is sponsored by Norwest Mortgage Company.
We love the night before Christmas because it only means one thing. We get presents the next day.
If we're good. Have you been good? I think you've been good.
Well,
I checked with Santa. He told me so.
I think it's been excellent. Here's another offshore boat throwing.
Yeah,
gifts
it's
at us.
actually 4 are a part of this.
Look
Are
at
a part of
that.
one. They've got 2 little towboats and then the.
Look at the balloons
The
coming
big-
out of the Princess Tanya Martica. Pirates Treasure of the Sea is their boat theme this year. 58-foot Hatteras letting out helium balloons, green and red, into the night sky in here in Fort Lauderdale.
That's beautiful.
It's
They're,
like little
they're 5th
mermaids.
year in the boat parade. The Princess Tanya Martica. 5th year in the boat parade. 5 years these people have been coming up with these themes and putting up these lights and just having a good time.
Mermaids and balloons. That's something new this year.
Pirates Treasures of the Sea.
I'd say that's a pirate's treasure.
I'd say.
It's their 5th year in the boat parade, and they've got 40,000 lights on that boat.
I imagine when you're doing the boat parade 5 years, you don't start out with 40,000. You probably start out with like 5 and then build from there.
It probably seems like you have a lot until you put them on your boat.
This is the Lady Mary 2, and this is the Comcast Communications boat, which is bringing you this live broadcast of the Belle South Winterfest Boat Parade. The theme for them, Home and Garden for the Holidays showboat. The owner of this boat, Sundream Yacht Charters, and this is a doozy, 110-foot Lydia custom luxury yacht. A couple of celebrities on board this one.
It's the beautiful boat with the beautiful people. Miss Florida USA and Miss Teen Florida USA are on board this beautiful boat. And they've got more than 10,000 white lights all over. And if we look real hard, we probably can see them. There is the Lady 2. Well, there are a lot of lights on the top there.
Comcast Communications is conveying the message that they can connect you to the world. Comcast is airing the parade live in the East on Comcast Channel 3 and in the West on Comcast Channel 14. Comcast Communications and Home and Garden Television wish everyone happy holidays. Hey, Miss Florida and Miss Teen Florida.
See? Holding hands, just like you and me all the time.
Waving just like you and me all the time and smiling only we don't have tiaras. I want a tiara.
Well, mine's locked in a case.
Your diamond studded one or the cubic zirconia? There they are.
We are Comcast Communications wishing all of you a happy holiday season.
And happy holidays to you. Looks like there's a helicopter on the top of that. Did you notice that? See it up there?
Oh, yeah. There it is. Maybe that's what they flew in on.
Miss Florida and Miss Teen Florida USA came in on the chopper. Very celebrity-like.
We got another loud one behind this one.
The Lady Mary 2. Say goodbye to the Lady Mary 2.
This is the Hannah Glover by the Rockmore Company. It's a nonprofit company.
The boat owners, Peter and Nancy Noyes. At the helm, Captain David Pignato. This is a 63-footer.
Got some cute candy canes on the side there. And lots of people having a good time.
Hi. Big party.
You'll probably hear all through this show a little bit of holiday music and a little bit of South Florida music.
That's the Hannah Glover.
I believe this is the Susanna.
Another one from the Rockmore Company. And this one is sponsored by New York firefighters. Same owners on this one, Peter and Nancy Noyes. Peter and Nancy's friends get double the pleasure. They get to invite twice as many people to have some fun.
A tad smaller on the Susanna. It's only a mere 50 feet.
Oh.
But it is certainly a lovely vessel.
They're just warming up on that one. And this is Lady Chateau. This one's comes from Banana Boat Sun Care Products. The theme on this one, fun in the sun. 70-footer. Palm trees, fish.
The Lady Chateau beams there with a huge sun and lots of happy flying fish, generating hope for sick kids.
See those kids up there? They're from the Children's Cancer Caring Center. It's the only free cancer caring unit for children in Broward County. Hi, guys.
I see lots of kids on there. Of course, that's really what the holidays remind us about.
Boat Sun Care Products.
Well, that's a pretty wild looking one. This is the Lady Lucille. Here Comes the Sun is their theme.
This one comes to us courtesy of Super Clubs Resort, the Grand Lido Resorts, Breezes Resorts, Hedonism Resorts, Boscobel Beach.
Decorations are a company effort, we hear, with professional experience, running lights and props.
About 140 employees help out with that one. Wow.
This is the first time they've been entered in the boat parade. Let's listen in as they pass by.
That Caribbean jam happening there. Little reggae man.
The boat apparently was named after the boat owners, his wife, Lucille. That's not too shabby, huh?
The Lady Lucille, a little different. Not a lot of lights, just like banner in the shape of the sun, hence the theme, Here Comes the Sun, and what looks kind of like sails on the boat.
Very Caribbean.
It's nice.
It is nice.
This is RJ's Lady. The theme on this one, Christmas in the Caribbean. This is a privately owned boat by Robert and Donna Richards. It's a 40-foot main ship trawler. And RJ's Lady is named after Robert's wife.
The vessel apparently is going to take you on a Christmas island in the Caribbean with children dancing as mermaids and sea creatures. They've got everything on there, but they tell us they don't have any snow. But you know what? We don't have any snow here in South Florida, so that's
pass.
okay.
We're on a sandy beach, and we like it. Got the kids with the maracas. It's a very South Florida event. Lots of Christmas lights. There's a Christmas feel, but nice warm weather, Caribbean music. People wearing shorts.
Oh, whole family dancing.
There's the mermaid up there. The parade just started. I guarantee in about another hour, these kids are going to be like, Dad, can we sit down now?
Keep going!
Come on.
No presents. No, that's actually good me. He's probably a nice dad.
Yeah, exactly. We'd be the whiners. Dad, can we sit down now?
A lovely Christmas tree decorated with lots of lights there. This is a privately owned boat, and its name is the Horizon. And if you look real close on the front there, you'll see the theme, understood, dolphins on the winter holiday. And there are the dolphins decked out in white lights.
Kim and Nick Schneider, the owners of this beauty.
You know, if you did have a boat in South Florida, certainly the thing to do would be to participate in something as great as this parade. Show your boat and get in the holiday spirit.
Oh, yeah.
These people take a lot of time thinking about, okay, how are we going to decorate the boat this year?
A lot of time, a lot of lights, a lot of help, I imagine. They have to recruit people.
And if it's just you and your family, you know, it does take time.
But it's a lot of fun. A lot of people invite people on board. We've seen a lot of boats go by that are just like giant parties.
This guy doesn't want anybody on his boat.
No,
Don't touch
he doesn't
my
want
boat.
anybody to mess it up.
I don't blame him.
He just does it up nice and takes it out for an evening spin.
You know, this boat parade has a few tidbits when it comes to different things. We have coming up a boat from Canada that apparently has won many awards at other boat parades all around the country. So it's probably something to see.
A couple of dignitaries on board now. The Toronto mayor and also a few other Toronto dignitaries are on board that boat.
You'll see that later on. And right now we're looking at, again, that gorgeous picture of the condominium where pretty much everybody gets out and participates and puts lights on the front there.
See, just because you don't have a boat doesn't mean you can't jump in and take part.
This is the boat we're talking about, the Amara-Z. A whale of a tale is their theme. This is an award-winning boat.
Sponsored by Toronto Harbor Parade of Lights, City of Toronto, Arts Marketing Services, the Toronto Symphony, and Caravan Sailing Theatre. And we had just mentioned the Toronto Mayor, Mel Lassman, and his wife, Marilyn, and a few other dignitaries from that part of the world are on board, having a good time, we hope, in our lovely town.
Looks like maybe they've gone fishing. They've got a 54-foot whale on deck. They've got Newfoundland sailing costumes and Canadian Mounties costumes.
And what's special about this is you can see there is a live acrobat.
There he is.
Suspended 40 feet into the air on this boat, just doing her thing there as the boat travels along the intercoastal.
Let's watch and see what they do here. Crowd is clapping. They are definitely into it. That's a big whale.
Look at that.
Hard enough to do that normally.
That's a 54-foot whale. Is that his voice?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Canada's only sailing theater ship, the Caravan Sailing Barge, proudly presents Farley Bowett's A Whale of a Tale. Truly, holiday theater of the sea. Merry Christmas, Fort Lauderdale.
We've got steam coming out, a huge whale, and an acrobat. That's competition.
Wow. Lots going on board there.
This is
I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Invictus.
You were paying attention when we went over it.
I'm guessing. This could possibly be the Invictus. It's a private boat. They've got some music, so we'll let you listen in real quick.
Look at that. Invictus in Latin means invincible, after a famous poem about the sea.
Holiday Theater of the Sea. That's their theme, and so it is also Winterfest's theme. Live music, a live singer.
This boat has won Best Use of Sound twice in the boat parade, and this boat has been in the parade for 7 years. Congratulations to them for taking part in such a great South Florida tradition.
Something quite large is coming down the Intercoastal. This is the Lady Windridge. Mystical Angels is their theme this year. How big is this boat, you're asking? 100. It's a 170-foot custom motor vessel certified for 500 passengers.
Wow.
500 of your closest friends.
Yeah, really. And their closest friends. This one's professionally designed. 74,000 lights decorate 6 angels in gold lights with blue lights forming their wings there.
You have to put on a lot of lights to get that almost bead look.
You think there's 500 people on board? Oh, maybe.
Captain Bob Miller's on board there, overseeing safety.
Aye, aye, sir. This one comes to us from Jacko Electronics, Incorporated. Spooky Wonderland.
Please. You get tired of that Christmas music every
Yeah,
now
right?
and then. Hit it, girls. This is a special boat. This is Advanced Roofing Bus Barge, building a theater of homes for our community. Habitat for Humanity sponsored this boat, a nonprofit, of course, organization that helps hundreds of people reach their dreams of having their own home.
This is a 42-footer looking great. 35,000 lights, 2 snowmaking machines, and you know what? BSO inmates actually volunteer to help build the Habitat for Humanity homes, and they also volunteer to decorate this year's Habitat for Humanity entry, and they did a great job. Lots of lights there.
Looks like they got a little bus there, and they've got some hammers and some reindeer. Oh, I'm sorry, seahorses.
Together with me.
So they basically have a little home on their boat.
That's great.
That is great.
Just
And
like Habitat for Humanity, building homes to help others.
so many volunteers help make it happen, and I'm sure there are lots of people this Christmas celebrating having their own home.
The seahorses that you see on board that boat represent all the people that work for Habitat, pulling together to build homes for people in our community that need them.
This is the Dorisam. This is the Dorisam, sponsored by Kendall Jackson. It is a showboat.
A vintage holiday. A vintage holiday. What a good boat theme for a boat sponsored by a winery.
You're so smart.
81-footer. I know my wine.
Yeah, you do. You do know your wine. Colorful, frolicking fish jumping into the wine glass.
That's
See it there?
cute.
That's cute. Thought out theme.
Kendall Jackson Winery in Santa Rosa, California is the maker of the #1 purchased and poured Chardonnay in the U.S. And Kendall Jackson actually sponsored the Winterfest Black Tie Ball that we told you about.
I'm sure they had plenty of good wine to pick from.
That's the door sound. This one here is the Art of Fishing. This is a privately owned boat. The boat theme on this one, Seafaring Sleigh Ride. And the guy that makes a payment on this, Hank Thorschmidt.
Hank Thorschmidt.
22-foot aqua sports.
Everybody out in their bikinis, the wonderful part of being in South Florida in December.
This boat has a funny story behind the name, the Art of Fishing.
Well, go ahead.
Lisa is an art teacher, and that's Hank's wife. Hank is an avid fisherman, so there you have the art of fishing.
That's so cute.
That's
That
interesting.
could be Lisa there, and that could be Hank.
5,000 lights on this one, people in costume. I guess that might be Hank as Neptune, huh?
The Art of Fishing has been participating in the Winterfest Boat Parade for 15 years.
Wow.
And overall and Best Sound in 1997.
Look at that. It's got like a sprinkler going over the side there. Really elaborate.
So we'll see what they do this year.
Yeah, see, the highlight of this entry is a fountain that actually encircles the whole boat, and it pumps more than 18,000 gallons of water per hour. Wow.
It
That's
is an
great.
aqua sport.
And the decorations are hand-painted by Lisa, who's an art teacher in Boca.
You know, it's about time.
2.
Their theme this year is Wizard of Oz. It's a private boat. William Cash is the proud owner.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Oh, and look. There I am.
Dorothy.
Dorothy clicking my heels.
The Tin
Or am I
Man,
the
the
lion?
Scarecrow, the Lion.
The type of boat is a 33-foot tiara. Mr. and Mrs. Cash have been at the parade here for 11 years, and their 4-year-old son, they say, is obsessed with Wizard of Oz, hence their Oz theme. Next year it'll be a Furby theme, I'm sure.
We're guessing. You know what? After living in South Florida for 11 years, Mr. Cash says he finally picked out his first boat, and he bought it for his wife, and that's the name. She was real excited about it, and the first words out of her mouth, we're guessing, was, "It's about time." So that's the name of the boat. It's about time.
Cute. Very cute. Rainbows, lights.
Wizard of Oz, different.
This is a sort of a gem of a boat, a sea gem. Peace on Earth is their theme. It's another private boat. And it is decked out. They went to a lot of work.
Yeah, because there's 10 signs on this one celebrating every holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Happy New Year. Whatever you celebrate, the Sea Gems got you covered.
They sure do. The nice big angel at the front of the boat there.
And no matter what you celebrate, of course, peace on earth is something that we all wish.
Definitely.
It's cute. It's a 32-footer. It's a little guy, but they did a
How do they get the
nice
palm
job.
trees on there? That's you look at it at home and you think that's nice, but if you're a private owner, you got to think of everything. How do I get the palm trees on there? How do I get the lights on there? How do I generate electricity?
How do I plug everything in without blowing myself up?
Well, that would be us.
Or my boat. Yeah, exactly. That's why we sit and do commentary. That's why we never get on the boat.
Spectators.
No one lets us. Get away from that extension cord.
Glowing in the dark there is the spirit of Aloha. It's a private boat. Sponsored by the Las Olas Canoe Club.
More upper body people.
That's right. Not kayaking, canoeing.
The theme here, Hawaiian Christmas. The owner of this boat, John Gage. And this is a 45-foot Gage outrigger.
Look, the men and the women are working. This is an equal opportunity kind of
Row,
boat parade here for you.
row.
Switch.
1,500 lights on this one. Tiki torches, a couple of palm fronds, and everybody's got their Hawaiian shirts on, boy.
The crowd really is digging this boat, this canoe.
It's an outrigger.
Thank you, darling. And they've just started the boat parade, so they've got a ways to go.
Wow, you got to hand it to these people. It's
And-
easy to be waving and eating and, sipping champagne the whole way.
Oh, and the dogs on there.
Hey, look at that.
Just watching, not paddling.
Nope. Hoping no one goes overboard. This is Gwen's Dream, RN. This one is from the Florida Breast Cancer Resource Network. This is a nonprofit organization. The boat theme, Think Pink Breast Cancer Flotilla. And the owner of the boat, Gwen and Richard Lays. This is a 33-foot Carver Mariner.
This is kind of funny. Richard and Gwen own this boat, and Gwen says the boat is named after her, rightfully so, as we look at the pink ribbon to remind us of breast cancer awareness. She's a nurse, and Richard agrees, but says the RN, which is part of the name of the boat, doesn't stand for registered nurse, but rather Richard's Nightmare. That's nice, huh?
That's great.
Marital bliss.
A lot of people on board, they're actual breast cancer survivors. Thumbs up to them. They're from the Florida Breast Cancer Resource Network. Great to see them on board and have them with us this year.
This is another private boat. I'll let you say the name.
Airgasm.
Thank you.
Airgasm. It's a funny story behind the name because the owner says he gets great pleasure from sailing, hence the name of the boat, Airgasm.
That's lovely. More than 10,000 mini lights are on there, and they've got some moving dolphins, and they've got an 8-foot reindeer dolphin.
I didn't
and a
make it
bright
up.
red slide. I know.
Scott Reinhardt did.
I know. Blame him. Blame Scott. Well,
The
it certainly
boat
is a
owner.
memorable name. And it's funny to see a dolphin leading the way instead of Rudolph. Rudolph's got to take a break down here in South Florida, so
Well, you know,
it's
Rudolph,
okay.
he's got to kind of share the spotlight with dolphins.
That's a great, huge-looking Christmas tree there.
It's a nice message from Scott Reinhardt on his application here. Friendship and fun are the cornerstones of the holiday season, bringing people together to celebrate positive perspective in a sometimes hectic world.
This is the Summer Wind, the Seminole Tribe of Florida put on this boat. It's a nonprofit, of course, organization. And their theme this year is Echo and Heritage Adventure.
The owner of this boat, Summer Wind Charters. This is a 91-foot striker cockpit motor yacht, and there's a lot of tribal officials from the Seminole tribe on board there.
And the Gator leading the pack instead of Rudolph.
The Gator. Summer Wind, the name of the boat, named after the Frank Sinatra song.
If you look closely, you'll see the boat is lit with lights in the Seminole patchwork designs.
A lot of Seminole Indians on board in their traditional clothing, representing their heritage.
They're an excited bunch, definitely. Enthusiasm counts for a lot.
Summer Wind.
This is the zip code, too. It's a private boat. Bill Adamson is the lucky owner. They've got some music and they've got a lot of lights on this one.
6,500 lights. A couple of people waving. Is that a tree in the back? Oh my goodness, and they're playing the barking dog Jingle Bell song.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah. It's fun.
It is fun and it's festive. I wonder why they picked the dog one instead of the cat one.
You know, there's dog people in this world and there's cat people in this world.
Well, you
You're
know.
a cat person, I'm a dog person. You, of all people, know this.
The cat one is pretty annoying.
So's the dog one. That we agree on. Look who's coming up the waterway now. This is the Enticer showboat that is sponsored by South African Airlines. The boat theme, proper for an airlines, you might say, Voyager. It's an 85-foot boat.
This unique entry features the most incredible animals found in all of Africa. There you have the zebras, of course, and there's a giraffe on board and lions. On top of 80-foot Enticer is a South African plane decorated with their colorful logo.
Is that a cheetah? Traditional South African music. the Enticer. An animal theme there from
Oh, look
South
at the big
African Airlines.
elephant. Somebody had to paint that and decorate
And then put
it.
lights on it.
From South African Airways. We are having a wonderful time here.
This is the Anticipation 4. And their theme this year is Winter Deer Enjoying Christmas Eve. The company is Anticipation Yacht Charters. It's a private company.
Third time around, the Anticipation 4 has been in the Winterfest Boat Parade.
It's a
Wow.
115-foot custom entertainment yacht.
Oh yeah, entertain me anytime, Anticipation 4. That's beautiful. Port Captain Rick Leonardson from Marine Hospitality Corporation. Everyone's on board having a good time. He's just kind of hang there
Oh.
behind the wheel and make
He's
sure
gotta get
there's
him back
no
there
rough waters
safely.
ahead.
This is NSU Oceanographic Research's boat, sponsored by Nova Southeastern University. And they are having a whale of a time.
That's the theme of that boat. The boat owner is NSU Oceanographic Research, and this is a 35-foot Bertram. Oh, look at that. It's a whale outlined in lights, and the students and faculty of Nova Southeastern University's Oceanographic Center, a couple of them are on board there.
I'm sure a lot of them. If you want your grade, you'll help me decorate this boat.
If you want an A. Who's coming up here?
We want to remind you, Comcast viewers, that the Winterfest Boat Parade again will have an edited version next Saturday without all of our silly comments, or with them next
Maybe some of
Saturday,
them.
December 19th at 7 o'clock. And what you're looking at right now is some beautiful lighting done by Martin Professionals. They donated the lighting this year, which is something new, and the logos on the bridges and pillars, which is what you're looking at right now.
Yeah, you know what? This is the Winterfest Boat Parade out here in the water, but a lot of stuff happens on the shoreline as well that people get into it. Also, you know, we have the Winterfest Shoreline Competition every year. Look at that. It's presented by Norwest Mortgage and First American Title and Insurance Company. That competition was held earlier this week, and see how elaborate some of the homeowners on the shore get.
These people, some of the
look at that.
businesses, like this one in particular is a business, but these people are fierce about their competition. I mean, they plan how many lights they're going to get out, and they really
They do an
are
amazing
into
job,
what they're doing.
as well as the boat owners.
This is the Mooncusser. It's a private boat, and
Oh,
it's a
this is-
favorite every single year.
Oh, yeah.
Let's watch for a second. You know what's going to happen. It's March of the Wood Soldiers. They do it every year, and we love it every year. This is the
Everybody
Mooncusser's
does.
21st Winterfest Boat Parade. With
Wow.
their soldiers lining up, the cannon goes off, and they all fall down
Like
with the lead
dominoes.
soldier there.
Good for them. That's a dummy toy soldier up there at the top. He's on a windsurfer, and he rides 15 feet above the water on a windsurfer. Very nice South Florida touch on board there. Toy soldier on a windsurfer. Jack Holland do a nice job every year, the owner of the Mooncusser.
We've got a couple of boats here to talk about. Boatside Services Corporation put all these boats together, and their theme this year is preserving the waterways for the next century, which is very, very important. We've got three boats, a 29-footer, a 30-footer, and a 34-footer.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. You know, I'd like to have a little fleet. Two small boats are decorated as dolphins. The medium one is decorated as a sleigh with Santa holding the fishing rod. And they've got about 3,000 lights per boat. And a lot of happy people on board. These boats typically are used to remove bilge fluids from other boats.
Yeah, otherwise that water would be dumped into the waterways and create an oil slick. So the boatside services people keep the waterways beautiful for all of us to go boating and to hit the Intercoastal for the boat parade year after year and have a good time. That's hence the theme, preserving the waterways for the next century.
We are certainly indeed lucky on this evening. It's a little windy, but the weather is just gorgeous. Perhaps at 75, 80 degrees.
Feels great.
No rain. Definitely a great reminder of why it's wonderful to be down here during the holidays.
Yeah, you know, Comcast and Channel 7 production crews have actually been on site here since 8 a.m. this morning, preparing to bring you the special live broadcast. Hats off to everybody who's worked so hard. Lynn and I have been here since 8-2 putting on makeup, okay? Takes us that long.
Well, maybe just you, Belle. No, she's absolutely right. This is the Three Babes. It's a private boat, and their theme this year is Christmas Tree by the Sea. And that is gorgeous.
That's sweet. The boat is named after the owner's wife and daughters. Isn't that nice? Three
Babes. Well, that's a nice compliment.
Charles Wooler. This is the second year that Three Babes has been on the water here in Winterfest, and in 1997, they won for Best Use of Lights. Maybe that's one of the babes there. Who knows?
Apparently, they've got 6 dolphins on there, and of course, in the top, instead of an angel, they've got a dolphin, it looks like.
It's a 25-foot Christmas tree there that they constructed from PVC. This is the kind of stuff we're talking about. These boat owners have to sit down and think, what are we going to do? And more importantly, how are we going to make it?
Looking for some solitude?
You've come to the right place. Theme on the Solitude, Dolphins on Holiday. This is a private boat owned by Mary Packer. It's a 43-footer. More dolphins. Gotta have it. The boat is the owner's way of escaping life, and that's why she calls it Solitude.
That's nice.
A lot of dolphins on this one.
We got Jingle Bell song going.
The theme, Dolphins on Holiday, for the Solitude, the owner and the captain were apparently out off of Boca Beach earlier this year. 5 dolphins played around the boat for 20 minutes. It was such a great thing to watch and see that they decided to decorate the boat with dolphins in their honor.
This is the Helen S6. It's a private boat, and their theme this year is Moby Dick. And you can certainly see they've played out their theme. 35-foot Moby Dick is on board and covered with lights there.
There he is. Captain Ahab is also out and about there walking on the decks. Also, they've got a 10-foot harpoon boat with the crew. This boat will appear to be knocked about by Moby's tail as it maneuvers to harpoon the great white whale. Arr! There she blows! Guess that was Ahab, huh? This is an 87-foot custom-built fishing boat.
A lot of people here on the shoreline, all up and down the waterways, watching this parade along with us.
Yeah, and it looks especially beautiful this year thanks to Martin Professional Lighting Company in Hollywood, who hooked us up with the lights along the dock and the logos on the bridge and pillars, making the Intercoastal look more spectacular than usual. Special thanks to Martin Professional.
What you're looking at down here is the American Merchants Officers. Their boat name is actually AMOS. And it's sponsored by Bass Pro Shops Outdoor World, City of Dania, IGFA, and an honorary Commodore of the Winterfest Boat Parade is on board there. Guy Harvey. It's a special entry showcasing an array of beautiful fish, reflecting combined interests and shared concern of this distinguished group, conservation in the great outdoors.
This is actually the honorary Commodore showboat of the Winterfest Boat Parade. This is an 85-foot luxury sport fish. I guess if you're into fishing, this is the kind of boat you want to be on. Most definitely.
Yeah, that's not a bad boat to be on fishing. Could be on one of those
Whether
kayaks.
you're fishing or just, yeah. You could fish on it. You could just sit and enjoy the weather on it.
Guy Harvey, is the famous sea life artist who actually designed the official Winterfest poster.
He's on board there.
We're looking for the guys from Marshalls up there. Are you up there? The guys from Marshalls, give us a wave. Merry Christmas from the region of Marshalls, from Johnny Morris's Outdoor. Happy holidays. May all your dreams come true. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, may all your dreams come true. We've all got a lot of dreams this time of year.
That's some fishing boat.
These icicle lights are very popular this time of
Yeah, I've seen them on a
This time-
lot of houses too.
This is the Sandpiper.
This is the Sandpiper 6. This one is from Coral Ridge Yacht Club. And the theme on this one, King Neptune, there he is. King Neptune rules the ridge at Coral Ridge Yacht Club.
Look, he waves.
This was actually designed and decorated by the members of the Coral Ridge Yacht Club. 15,000 clear lights and 400 multicolored lights are all strung up there. And we saw the King Neptune guy.
Waving his big hand. The owners say they've always liked sandpipers and have named each boat they've owned after them. So they've kept their tradition.
This
And
must be number 6.
I guess so. A nice view of the Cerberus.
Cerberus.
John Bauer is the captain, and the company is the Coral Ridge Yacht Club. Of course, it's a nonprofit. And their theme this year is King Neptune's Mermaid Frolics around the ridge at Coral Ridge Yacht Club.
Oh, so the Coral Ridge Yacht Club members have decorated quite a few boats because they did
Yes.
this one too. They've been busy, those Yacht Club members.
Very busy.
Coral Ridge Yacht Club has been around since 1947. Wow. So one was King Neptune rules the ridge. The other one was King Neptune's Mermaid Frolics around the ridge. This is South Florida Paddling Club, a warm and wet Christmas in Florida. We love these kayak guys. They have such a good time.
One fell over there to the right, but I'm sure the Coast Guard is going to assist them.
And that's Bolero. Their boat theme is We Fish You a Merry Christmas. We Fish You a Merry Christmas. That's cute. Mary and Carl Stacy came up with that one.
These are the famous kayaks we love every single year.
They have such a good
16 to
time.
20 feet sea kayaks, and they're all decorated. Of course, they've got their life jackets on, a necessity, but they've also got outfits on and lights.
Everybody's got those glow sticks that all the kids seem to have these days.
This is the
Oh,
Eskimo
this is what they
roll,
do. That's
and
great.
They'll have messages written on the bottom of the boats. It's the
Oh, when they
second
do the
year.
roll, I missed that. I
Right.
hope they do it
At first
again.
you're thinking, oh no, get the
Roll,
Coast Guard.
roll, roll.
It's the second year the Kayak Club has entered the boat parade, and that guy was a flipper over.
Oh, there it goes.
What's his message? No message. Oh, Waterways.
Waterways
Kayak.
kayak.
No engines, no gasoline.
Just a lot
muscle.
of upper body strength. Good for them. They got Santa hats on.
Their theme this year, a warm and wet Christmas in Florida. Hi, Santa.
Oh, there's a message. That's great. Were you good?
Looks like it takes a little bit of muscle to flip yourself over.
Oh, yeah. Flipping yourself over is probably the easy part. Getting yourself back up, I would imagine, is the part you hope works. Look at that one back there, the message on the bottom of that. Happy holidays.
It's a traffic jam, so kayakers are backing up.
I think they're posing for some pictures.
Some have Christmas wreaths decorated on their kayaks,
No lights, though.
but
I
they
think
glow,
I
and
think
thanks
that would
to
be a hazard, and you? Just the glow sticks.
they've been popular last year and this year.
Santa's helpers on kayaks. They have a good time, it seems. Everybody does. Kayak, in a boat, on a kayak. hosting the show.
We have a good time.
Everybody has a good time at Winterfest.
I want to remind you that we're at the DoubleTree Suites Hotel in Fort Lauderdale as we look at another High Santa message. We've been here for many, many years, and we enjoy being here.
800,000 people are out and about along the shoreline with us, watching as these great boats go by.
You can see a lot of people are down there, and they're watching along with you.
Isn't
here
that
at
your
the
room
DoubleTree.
right there, Lynn? Your balcony? Looks
with,
like there's
with a
some
towel
people in
hanging
there.
over it.
A lot of people watch from the balconies. This is actually a great, great place to watch from because it's such a great view. It overlooks the Intercoastal. Lots of parties going on in there, all kinds of stuff.
The boat parade actually began in the 1960s, at least unofficially. You probably already know this. You've been watching the parade for years. But it wasn't until maybe 27 years ago a bunch of people got together and say, hey, let's do what you're looking at right now on camera. Let's really get our act together, create an official boat parade, show people around the country really what South Florida and the holidays is all about.
How to do a parade South Florida style. This is Seville. Office Depot is the company behind this beauty. The boat theme, Rhythms of the Sea.
The whimsical underwater paradise, they say, is the idea of 6-year-old Chapin. His mom and dad, of course, did the decorating.
Chapin came
I've
up
got
with
the idea.
Mom and dad did the decorating. Enjoy it while you can, Chapin, because maybe next year they'll put you to work.
Yeah, really. In 96 and 97, this very same boat was an award winner. And look, they've got a pulley system.
Maybe that's Chapin
probably
there.
Mom, do the work, make them
still
turn.
doing the work.
No motors or generators turning those seahorses. A whole lot of mom power.
That's a 33-foot Bertram sport fisherman. Hey, Chapin.
He looks like
think
he's
that's you.
pooping out already. That's not a good sign. Again, it was named after the boat owner's wife. We like that theme.
It's got the Little Mermaid song going, Under the Sea. Wow, this guy's so big he's got a title. Sir Winston. This is a privately owned boat. The theme aboard this, the Love Boat. And the boat owner's name is Winston Krause. This is a 120-foot custom-built boat. Wow.
Is there a doctor in the house?
Yeah, on board that boat.
200 doctors, they tell us, are on board this boat. That's a lot. I guess they're not needed in surgery.
Let's hope no pagers are going off there.
It's 5 stories. This boat is 5 stories
It
tall.
even has an elevator. Wow, this is actually one of the finest charter yachts in all of the United States, and we're lucky enough to have it float on down the Intercoastal for this year's Winterfest Boat Parade. 20,000 white lights, hearts, and arrows on board that one.
They said they wanted to create a sort of a floating amphitheater. I think it's that already, definitely.
Sing along, the Love Boat.
One of our favorite shows.
200 doctors on board that one. If anyone gets sick, they're in good hands.
This is the Alexandra. It's a private boat.
It's owned by the Garcia family.
36-foot Grand Banks Classic with palm trees and lights and bells.
Alexandra is Pedro Garcia's, the boat owner's 8-year-old daughter, pardon me. That's Alexandra.
All costumed, except for maybe Grandpa there. I'm not wearing a costume.
Yeah, I was just noticing. It looks like that actually, we've got some stuff out of line here. That's actually the Costa Cruises boat. The boat theme on board there, the Festa Italiana. That's why everybody had the red and white striped shirts and that whole gondola thing happening there. Stay in order, will ya?
Or I'm going to sick Belkies on you. This is the Huntress. And it's a private boat, and they've got something going on here. Christmas under the sea. And they've got starfish and dolphins and mermaids.
Lots of mermaids. swinging their hips and waving.
South Florida Mermaids.
This is another Winterfest regular. This is the 4th year the Huntress has been in the Winterfest Boat Parade. They have so much fun, they keep coming back for more.
See on the top there? They say that's a giant octopus. He's on the bridge, and live mermaids, as we are looking at, are on the bow.
Under the Sea again. I love that song. Want 2 more mermaids. Wearing ball gowns.
I want her job. To stand.
Yeah. She's sitting. That's a 48-footer.
That's gorgeous. The octopus was moving and he was lit up.
Got some jellyfish hanging from the back there. Man-o-war.
That's a nice one. This is Pretty Penny. It's another private boat. And their theme this year is all aboard for Winterfest.
The boat owner's name, Penny Rudder Raw. Maybe. We're putting 2 and 2 together here. Pretty Penny, Penny Rudder Raw.
I'll
She
let
named
you
the
do
boat
it.
after herself.
And we've got reindeer. Actually, one of the few reindeer we've seen on the parade so far.
Pretty Penny was here last year. They had so much fun. They came back for more this year. It's their 2nd time around.
Over 8,000 lights that create and actually illuminate a palm tree on board.
See, these people really know how to do it, though. They invite their family and friends, but they're like, I'm putting a glow stick in your hand. You got to wave it the whole parade route,
Work
or
it.
we're throwing you overboard. We're throwing you overboard. Wave that glow stick and have some fun while you're out there, because we want to win. The parade route is actually from Port Everglades to Lake Santa Barbara and Pompano Beach, so it's not 15 minutes.
No. This is the Anticipation 5, 21st Century Moons Over the Waterways. And the company name, of course, is Anticipation Yacht Charters. Another really large boat. It's an 80-foot custom entertainment yacht. The 2nd entertainment yacht we've seen so far.
Yeah, I guess anything big and beautiful is definitely good for entertaining. And
That
this
would
is
be entertaining.
and
indeed.
in Anticipation 5, 15 years in the boat parade. That's great. Lots of happy people on board. Happy wavers, happy wavers.
Oh, no, this one's decked out.
The icebreaker.
Oh, this is Philip Minch Toy Boat. It's a commercial boat. Looks like an old-fashioned toy boat. How do they make that? 8 by 4 foot plywood cut out of a wind-up key.
The boat was built in 1928.
School kids can take tours of her for free.
Little history with that one. The Steinbrenner family that now owns the New York Yankees owned the American Ship Company, where this boat was built in 1928. Wow.
This is the Frequent Flyer 2. Santa's Gone Fishing is their theme. It's a private boat, and Jeff Reed is the proud owner. And that's a nice looking fishing boat also. 41-foot Hatteras sport
And
fish.
some people having fun on board.
A few reindeer on there.
Boy, let's hope Santa doesn't go fishing, though. I mean,
Oh, no,
maybe on the
not allowed.
26th. The day after Christmas, he can go fish and kind of kick back and relieve a little stress after he comes to my house.
Well, he'd be fishing down here if he were fishing anywhere, I think. He's coming to your house?
Hey, that guy back there better be careful. Well, the Coast Guard's out there.
Yeah, that's why we have the Coast Guard.
That's why they're here
The
every
front
year.
and the back. If you get too happy, you get plucked out of the water.
And the kayakers are also, they're down there to help as well. There's cell phones on board all those boats.
Oh, speaking of Santa Claus, our favorite.
This is the Laura X. We look at that Santa. Wow.
He's
This-
moving and grooving.
This is a privately owned boat. It's owned by Laura Mearns. It's a 40-footer
The Laura 10 is a
That's-
40-footer, but it's got a
with like a
huge
30-foot Santa there. Look at that. He's bigger than Frosty.
I like how it's a little windy, kind of makes him dance a little. Yeah, he is bigger
Frosty
than
was
Frosty.
18 feet. Santa's 30 feet. We'll do a Frosty and Santa match. See who wins.
They've got 3,000 lights, but no doubt the Santa is the big hit.
Oh, yeah.
And his helper's there, holding on to him, making sure he doesn't blow away.
That's true, though. The wind makes him look like he's
Moving and grooving.
dancing.
Well, that's a sight to see.
Yeah.
Little toot, private boat. And their theme this year is Party On.
That's what it looks like they're doing. See, you don't need a big, fancy 200-foot entertainment
You just need a
yacht.
half-naked man with a little Santa hat
in
on.
a 20-foot little boat, just out to have a good time and have some fun. Santa's helpers on board there. That's Miss Santa. Frosty the Snowman and Captain Elf are on board. See that? Doesn't take a big boat to come out here and just have a good time. Just the right spirit, couple of lights, and a good attitude.
And a good outfit.
Yeah, above all, a good outfit.
We've got a floating soccer ball.
Mariner 3 is this guy here. And the floating soccer ball would be because the theme of this boat is Gift of Sports.
It's the third float we've seen. And that's creative.
This
Looks
is-
like you got a racket
This is
club
a
on the side and a baseball glove.
126-foot custom teak motor yacht that was built in 1926. Wow, look at that.
That gives you a good perspective of how big that
How big
float
those
is.
things are, yeah.
Instead of a ball in the glove, we've got a girl in the glove.
Looks kind of like King Kong holding the girl in the movie, right?
very
25,000
clever.
lights on that baby. Hi, guys. Isn't that nice? Everybody comes by, they wave at us.
That's what's great about the holidays. Everybody's in a good mood
So nice and cheery.
until the bills come next year. then it's get out of my way.
Wow, those are some big inflatable sporting items on the side
Which
there.
really is something new we haven't seen in the last couple of years.
Oh, they kind of went with their own theme.
Yeah. Floats are definitely a new tidbit we have this year.
Who's this guy floating up in the dark? Is this Lucky Strike?
He's feeling lucky.
Lucky Strike. This is a 21-footer with lots of lights. This is a privately owned boat. Don't know who owns it.
He doesn't want you to know.
They'd like to remain anonymous so they don't get a barrage of phone calls from their friends and relatives
little-
next year that want to jump on board.
Snoopy's floating around in there. You'll see him.
Oh my, look, Santa's stuck in the chimney.
Oh, he is.
See his
He's a
legs up there?
skinny Santa.
That's a really thin Santa. Santa's on a diet.
And Snoopy floating around in a balloon.
Rudolph's at the helm there.
And they're having a good time with that 21-footer.
I like that. Snoopy's parachuting in.
Rudolph's antlers are kind of broken.
Well, you know, it's a little warm for him, perhaps. A little muggy and humid. You have to get used to that
When
kind of thing.
things go wrong, Santa gets stuck and Rudolph gets his
He's used to the
antlers
North
broken.
Pole. You know, it's the humidity. You know what it does to your hair. That's what it does to his antlers. It's the same premise. Snoopy, on the other hand, he looks fabulous. And so does everybody on board Lucky Strike. That's funny.
Oh, actually, they're not so skinny. You see them up close.
Yeah, we had him at a different angle before. That's the Santa we know and love. The chubby guy with the white beard.
Get stuck in the chimney. Well, these people are pretty happy because they're on the Happy Hooker. It's a private boat. A fisherman's celebration. A fisherman's celebration is their theme this year. It's a 35-foot egg harbor sport fish.
Looks like lights in the shape of marlins, no?
Got swordfish at the front there and top and side.
How do you think Billy the Marlin would feel about that?
Well, they'll throw them back, I'm sure.
It's the holidays. It's a 35-footer. A couple of people on board that one. 13,000 lights.
South Florida colors.
13,000 lights. How many lights do you suppose are like on my tree? You went to my house
300.
the other day. I can't imagine.
Maybe.
Wow. This is Jams. It's a private boat sponsored by the alumni of the University of Florida. Go Gators. Oh, here's a surprise. The boat theme, a Gator Christmas. Who would have thought? Steve Dworkin is the owner of this one.
That's a nice boat. It's
A Gator
Sundancer.
himself, we're guessing.
It's a 50-foot Sundancer.
And of course it has blue and orange lights and a Gator banner that was given to them by the Alumni Association.
So at the bottom of your screen, you saw the kayakers slipping back. You know, they get a little tired.
Well, you know,
too.
the kayakers have a little more leeway. They could just go up and down and have a good time.
That's
They're
true.
just, it's just them and their paddles, so they can do whatever they want, kind of.
Where else in the country would you see kayakers decked out in holiday wear in a boat parade? Only here in South Florida.
And that's just the way we like it. See, they can just maneuver and turn around real quick and go up and down the intercoastal.
You know, I've never been kayaking. Have you? It looks way too difficult.
No, I can't say that I have. I'll pass, thanks.
There's the Phantom Race Boat. Alongside the kayakers. Skipper and owner Steve Grossman are on board.
Not racing now, going slow.
Offshore Powerboat Racing Association, which is a nonprofit group. It's just idling and it's pretty loud.
It's a brand new boat. It's never been raced, and it's in the process of being water tested and readied for the 1999 powerboat racing season. And this boat here can go up to 90 miles an hour. Not right now. It's not going to do it now. Could you imagine those kayakers would be on the shore on land here in the sand?
This is the Two Seas. It's another offshore powerboat racing association nonprofit group, of course. And David Cooper is the owner. That's the company, Offshore Powerboat Racing.
The Offshore Powerboat Racing Association was formed here in Florida 35 years ago. Anybody can join. You don't have to be a racer or own a boat to sign up. A lot of the money that they raise throughout the year is donated to several charities.
You know, what you're watching now is the sort of like we were talking about earlier, the grand finale. A lot has been going on. A lot of events have been going on. There was a black tie ball, a shoreline competition, and the Grand Marshal reception with Winterfest. So this is sort of the big shebang on the very end as we watch Victory here come
And
down the
Jillian,
waterways.
this year's Grand Marshal, and Jillian, she came by in the lead boat, first boat. This here is Victory. Oh, this is the boat that the theme is the spirit of the Titanic.
There's
there they
Leonardo.
are.
You were asking if Leonardo was going to be on one of these boats.
Leonardo and
Why,
Kate
yes, he
Winslet.
is.
I'm the king of the world.
I can fly.
The Titanic theme is being played here all night.
Oh, look, there are even a few actors on board.
Family and friends decorated this boat here. This is a 110-footer. Spirit of the Titanic is the theme on board Victory.
Complete with smoking stacks.
Looks like a
from the
black tie
Titanic.
affair, huh?
Well, it's definitely black
very
tie.
Titanic. Very
Very.
Titanic. Let's hope
No, yeah.
Victory doesn't end up the same way Titanic did. Oh, they've got the smoking stacks and everything on board to resemble it. I'm surprised we've only had two boats with those Titanic themes, since this was such
I don't
a
know if I
year for
want that on my
Titanic.
boat. That seems like a curse to me.
Like a
but- yeah.
bad omen.
But it was a very successful movie.
True. Yeah, they're having a good time. That's what counts.
This is Pink Lady. It's a 110-foot yacht cruiser as she cruises down Fort Lauderdale's intercoastal waterway.
The theme on this one, peace for a pirate looking at 40. Okay, Pink Lady. Don't try and figure it out. Just have a good time. And the boat got its name because the owner's wife loves the color pink.
They say the scene depicts the peace that can be found in Florida's underwater theater. And it is peaceful under the water here in Florida.
Fish, turtles, coral, seaweed. 15,000 lights make up that underwater scene all around that boat. It's got pink stripes on it. You see that?
I do. Some of these people on these boats get the crowd going. This is from a boat name is Academy Schools. They're from Academy High School. 24-foot horizon.
5,000 lights doing this guy. They're just having a good time. Those glow sticks are great.
Why, do you have some at home?
That guy screaming, Channel 7's the funk.
That's a good thing for everybody wondering.
Exactly. For those of you that don't know slang.
And we hip girls would. This is Play Toy, Christmas in the Tropics. And we are all reminded that Christmas in the tropics can be a delightful time. It's a private boat. It's 43-foot Wellcraft San Remo.
It's got palm trees and coconut trees. We were talking about the palm trees earlier.
And it looks like they've got a live Christmas tree on top of their boat there.
Uh-huh. So you got to buy two trees, one for the house, one for the boat.
Decorate it, one for the house, one for the boat.
Wow. Got to hand it to these people, really. I have enough trouble doing the tree at home.
You were good this year. You were up before me. Got some music and some
Who's this
dancing
guy here?
participants
Baby's
on Baby's
Place 2. A Florida water wonderland. The theme on this one. This is a private boat owned by Alberta Hull. 30-footer.
Neptune is on board this boat showing his magic. There he is. Another Neptune.
More dolphins. 6,000 lights on that one. Merry Christmas to you, Neptune.
Think that was Neptune talking?
Perhaps. Well, no, there's another guy with a mic. Sounds like something big is coming because it's making a lot of noise.
It's the Musset, Belkies, the Musset 1. And it is a big one, a 120-foot yacht. Just Christmas, they tell us, is their theme.
Yeah, the name from this boat came from the Italian opera La Bohème.
What a great thing to do. Spend an evening on the waterways, watching beautiful boats go by, decorated in holiday cheer.
With some
That'll get you in the
friends.
mood.
With 200 of your closest friends. Whether you're on the boat, whether you're on the shore, whether you're watching from home, it's just a great thing to see. Call me crazy, but this is Wild Duck.
You're not crazy.
Frosty the Snowman and Family Florida Vacation is the theme here.
Oh, look at all the lights they've got.
And this boat is sponsored by Aloha AC and Aloha Limo Service.
A little bitty snowman. It's a... I was going to say. See a little snowman down there?
Yeah.
It's the baby.
Oh, it's a baby snowman.
Doesn't take much to impress me. I like the little things. Well, you know, this Frosty's got his back to the front.
Yeah, right? Well, he's got
He
to
doesn't
keep
wanna see.
his guests on board in check. Make sure no one jumps overboard or anything crazy.
He's keeping on the little snowman.
Frosty is catching a marlin while his family snorkels and dives in the blue water.
Sponsored by, did you say this already? Aloha AC and Aloha Limo Service.
Aloha.
So that's
Yep.
little Frosty with goggles on.
Frosty's fishing. Frosty and baby Frosty.
This is pure titanium. Pure Titanium is a private boat. Holiday Theater of the Sea. Now, you keep hearing that because Holiday Theater of the Sea is Winterfest's
That's the
theme.
theme for this year's Winterfest boat parade.
And another Frosty the Snowman is on board.
And titanium is operating room metal, which is what the boat owner sells, and that's why it's called pure titanium.
There's Rudolph there. If you've ever broken an ankle, you might have a pin made of titanium.
Those
in your
dangling
knee.
lights are huge this year.
Yeah, they're icicles. They're huge. Actually, they
Everybody-
came out last year, and now everybody's
But
got 'em.
everybody has them. You like drive through neighborhoods and stuff. It's like
Well, it's easy. You know, you just
less.
throw them up.
Yeah, it's
Maybe we should do that.
yeah. Well,
Little Rudolphs.
maybe we should. I like those noses. Hey, we should have had some of those Rudolph noses.
Don't bring that up.
Hi, I'm Lynn and I'm Belkis. Welcome to Winterfest.
Past their bedtime, but you know what? Santa will let them go for now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We want to remind everybody, if you'd like a copy of this year's live coverage of the boat parade, you can call Comcast Production Group at 527-5007 for more info.
This is the Carol Ann. It's a private boat, and John and Carol Ann bunkered in the boat. 37-foot Sea Ray Sundancer. And they put the women in the skirts and asked them to dance.
They're rock and roll elves on board. And who is that guy?
Well, I guess it's supposed to be sort of a Santa with his reins. They've got a little routine worked out. Not a lot of lights.
That's
but
great.
a routine. There's thought in it.
Giddy up, and he's doing it with a string of Christmas lights. The Terminator Santa back there. That's what he looks like.
With an empty water bottle, or maybe it's full.
Maybe that's John Blackert, the boat owner, and Carol Ann's up front as one of Santa's elves. That was cute.
Actually, they say they've got 5,000 lights, and I believe it.
Of course, you better believe it.
They put each up. I'm sure they want you to believe it. I'm sure it's true.
This is the Sea Dragon coming up. Holiday Sights and Sounds, the theme on board. This is a private boat owned by Julie and Jerry Starbuck. This is a 48-foot ocean sport fish. And this one's got some 2,000 lights. Looks like that guy was stretching there. Hard work being on that boat and having a party, isn't it, buddy? I know. We feel your pain.
Who is that inside there? A little elf?
Looks like one of
Hiding
Santa's
from the wind?
helpers. Might
Waving
blow off his
everywhere.
hat. There they go. All right. It's the crowd. Dance. Have fun. Look happy.
Well, you don't see too many people just sitting around.
None of that. Everybody's got Christmas shirts and
He's a big
red
elf.
and green, and
I'm protected from the wind.
I don't want to mess up my hair. A lot of screaming from these boats. Yeah, we hear ya.
Usually when we wait for them, they
We hear you,
relax.
Sea Dragon. See the difference between 2,000 lights and 5,000 lights? Pretty big difference.
That's true. You're getting
Still
to
a
know
lot
your
of lights, though.
You know, the lighting has been, as we've been saying, wonderful because we really can see everything even though it's dark. And that's why we're going to be talking about.
This is Lady Sandra coming up here. This company name, well, this is a privately owned boat, I'm sorry, by
Right.
Phil Morgaman. And this is a 62-footer with lots of lights. Lots.
D. Wayne Black Productions decorated this boat. They went to a lot of work.
Oh, I bet they did. On the Lady Sandra here. The boat is named after the owner's wife, Sandra.
What would happen if the boat owner said, I'm not going to name it after you? My
I don't
wife."
know. That'd be a good question.
I guess it's better than naming it after your girlfriend if you're married. Right?
I would think the answer to that would be yes. We love you too.
Aw, there is a lot of love in the air.
On board the Lady Sandra. They've got jet
sleigh?
skis up top too. Got a sleigh full of presents.
Oh yeah, a sailboat, a bear. Looks like a little reindeer on the other side.
Big diamond ring?
For me? Hang tight, because
What
you
is
know
all
the
that
end
stuff?
is always the
Where
best.
does all that stuff get plugged in?
Plugged in.
Yeah,
Well,
where do you plug it in? I mean,
generators, batteries.
listen to her.
A really long
like
cord.
she knows.
Well, that sounds like a good answer. What do you suggest?
We'll take it.
Plug it in into your house and have a really, really long cord. No phone calls, please.
Who's this? Flamingo. Is this Flamingo? I don't know.
Why not?
I'm not sure.
Well, it's a lovely sized boat. It's
Now,
Show
see,
Me the
it's
Money.
Not Flamingo. I thought so.
Christmas on Gilligan's Island, one of our favorite old shows.
Yeah, that's great. They got the name of the boat from Jerry Maguire. Show me the money.
Well, they must have some because it's a lovely boat.
43-footer Wellcraft Portofino. Very nice. Owned by Virgil Hibner.
A couple of men there in
Hey, look,
sailor's
it's the
hats.
skipper, Marianne, Ginger, and the professor.
I was-
Everybody's on board Christmas on. Oh, look. She's got the Marianne, Thurston Howell the third. Where's Lovey?
Where did they get all their clothes on Gilligan's Island? I always
Yeah.
wondered that. It was a 3-hour tour, but they always had something to wear.
All the time. It's made up to be the SS Minnow.
That's a pretty nice looking SS Minnow.
That's cute. That's very cute. Well, I don't know if you would call a 40-foot boat cute. But hey, I don't know any nautical terms, so cute will have to do. Sit right back in your hero tail. Gilligan's Island, love that show. This is the Flamingo.
Hanukkah is right around the corner. Begins tomorrow evening.
At sundown.
That's right. And of course, the holidays is a time to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, a celebration of whatever you celebrate. Company name is Go Blue Yacht Charters.
This is the Flamingo. Captain Alan Moody at the helm there. This is a 65-foot Lydia Drift fishing vessel. 13,000 lights on here.
We've got Noah's Ark, a menorah, and the Star of David on board there. And their decorations reflect Orthodox Jewish celebration.
They always have a lot of fun on board here.
They do.
And they always pump a lot of music from the boat. Happy Hanukkah to you too, Flamingo. They always have such a good time on board there.
And they've got great acoustics.
Yeah. Sounds like traditional music. They do a good job. Little dreidel on the back end of that there.
This is Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark.
It's sponsored by World Mardi Gras, which is a restaurant and nightclub in the Fort Lauderdale area.
Noah's Ark perhaps was a little bit larger, but they're in the spirit.
This looks like a little guy, but hey, look, they've got Baby New Year on board.
Do they have two of everything? There's Baby New Year.
It's Baby New Year.
Nice diaper.
Doing a little bit of maybe Christmas and a little bit of New Year on board there.
$19.99 just around the corner.
My goodness, can we take one holiday at a time, please?
I'm sorry. Baby New Year reminded me of that. Are those diapers in her hand?
Let's hope he doesn't mess up the one he's wearing.
What man would volunteer for that? Somebody who's definitely in the spirit of the holidays.
Somebody who's in the spirit, no doubt.
This is one of our favorites of the Belle South Winterfest Boat Parade.
This is Savannah, brought to us by Target Stores.
And you know why it's one of our favorites is because it has won competition with the boat parade many, many times.
Yeah, and they do such a good job with the lights. They're saying 140,000 lights on board this boat, the most ever used And it's got Santa on board. How can it not be one of our favorites?
And seahorses instead of reindeer. And look, Santa is running in a shell instead of a sleigh.
How South Florida is that?
And that's a real Santa.
130 footer too.
And their theme is Holiday Theater Under the Sea. And you can just see the theater under the sea. Your Santa has a mermaid.
Everybody's got their red Target shirts on, just like when you go to the store.
Your favorite. You should be on that boat.
I should be at the store finishing my shopping. Bye, Santa. Don't forget me.
You're really worried about that, aren't you?
Don't
Is there
forget
something
me.
you want to tell me?
And be nice to Lynn. She doesn't mean half the things she says. Really?
Now look at that Santa. Santa's the mermaid. His muscles were bulging. He had a lovely curve. That's South Florida.
Neptune's on board too. That's great. That's a lot of lights. 140,000 lights.
I'll tell you, the Target boat never disappoints. And we certainly did see a lot of beautiful boats during Winterfest 98 as we look at the beautiful lights on the Intercoastal Waterway. Belkis, what was your favorite?
Last couple of boats coming through now. You know, I kind of like the last boat, the Target boat that has a Santa on it. It has so many lights and it's just so much fun. But they're all so great. It makes you want to kind of run out and buy a boat, really.
Run out and rob a bank. I loved the snowman. The snowman was really big and he was really different.
That was
really
one of the
different
first
this year.
ones,
Yeah,
that
one of
first snowman. A lot of people put a lot of work into these boats all year long.
We want to thank you for joining us during Winterfest 98, and we'll see you again next year. For now, I'm Lynn Martinez.
And I'm Belkis Nere, and we'll see you next year. Happy holidays, everybody.
Good night.